There is, once again, online discourse about Leonardo DiCaprio's age gap relationships because this photo went viral with the caption, "She's 19, he's 49. Is this creepy or no?"
It's not even true.
It got community noted, by the way.
Thankfully.
This is a photo of him with his ex-girlfriend, Camilla Morone.
Man.
And factually speaking, she was 22 in these photos, not 19. But I believe they might have met when she was 19. But they're no longer dating. The question is, regardless, you know, he was 45, she was 22. Is it creepy or no?
Creepy. Look,
is this another question that we can't answer?
Here comes more relativist answers from various people.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, people are going to say, some people are going to say it's creepy. Some people are not. Some people are going to say it's creepy because it's Leo that dates a lot of women in that age group. They're going to say it's creepy because he's going to break up with her once she gets to a certain age or whatever. They're going to come up with all kinds of reasons. But honestly, like, they're both adults. So it's like,
she should have a father to make these decisions for her.
Either that's maybe, but there has to be.
That's going to piss people off.
But there has to be an age where that stops, though. There has to be an age where agency matters, where whatever the agency.
That, you know, if I at 19 started dating a man in his, you know, late 40s or 50s, even, you know, my parents and people who care about me and my friends would be like, "Hey, this isn't a good decision," and you know, I would listen to them because they're not random people on the internet telling me what to do. Mm-hmm. They're people who care about me and my best interests. But at the same time as this post was going viral, someone reposted this article that was written about Leonardo DiCaprio saying, "Men, get therapy, not a younger girlfriend. A big age gap is not sexy, Leo. You won't understand her jokes."
Don't get therapy. That's an idiot. That's an idiot comment. Therapy doesn't even work for women, and it's totally geared for women. So don't get therapy.
Well, that's just bad advice all around.
Yes.
But the point is, he shouldn't date a younger woman because he won't understand her jokes. Which would presuppose that she is funny.
But your view on this, your view on this tends to be that you don't believe that women have full agency, anyways.
They have their own full agency.
They have their kind.
It's a different kind of agency, and it's one that relies on plausible deniability. And
yeah,
that's fine, and I love women for it. But I think that, you know, she should have people who care about her who are going to tell her, you know, hey, you might not be dating a guy who really cares about you. He probably just wants to get in bed with you. And they would be giving good advice. Because I think I saw Lauren Southern reply to this, and she said, yeah, this isn't creepy as long as she knows that she's going to be replaced. And she's okay with that.
They should all get, like, countdown clocks on their phones that get ready to go off the second they turn 26.
Well, I think that... Leonardo DiCaprio is currently dating a different model right now who's named Vittoria Coretti, and she is currently 1 week away from turning 26.
I'm telling you right now, she's got the thing on her phone that's just a countdown until the day she... we got a $20 one there. From Thursday, says Trump verdict in, T-minus 30 minutes till release.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
The anxiety.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not going to jail, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
But
hope he's okay. Free my boy.
New York City should be worried.
I didn't even know the verdict was out today. I just wore the shirt because I wanted to.
It wasn't even guaranteed to come out today.
So yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend is about to turn 26, and this could be proof that he's capable of dating above 25.
I guess, like.
Or how long does she have? What's her expiration date?
It's coming up quick here. He should actually they should all be forced to get the tattoos, like best if used by on their arms.
Yeah, but I mean, after seeing that take, like, it's okay for her to be with Leo as long as she knows she's going to be replaced and she's okay with that.
Didn't one of these girls have a dad or a mom that said, like, you know, you have to make a judgment as to whether this is what you want or not?
I think it was Vittoria Coretti's dad who said that. Yeah. Yep. But the reality is, like, I don't think they are okay with that. I don't think that they're okay with feeling replaceable. I don't think anyone would be.
Oh, I don't know.
That's just not a human desire.
In today's day and age, he's dating what? He's dating models, actresses. He's dating, whether you want to call them career focused or not, they're putting their own needs first, and they're using this as a logical step to the next phase in their life. It's just that it's a commodified relationship. And I do think that they're okay with that. I do. I think maybe deep down they have a problem with it, but I think we've desensitized society so much that somebody that focused on their own career and their own forward movement would be completely okay with doing something like this. I'll get some yacht trips. I'll get some free meals and some gifts,
clout,
and
some
jobs.
And
some clout. And by the time I'm done, I will move on to bigger and better things.
That's what Nina Ogdal did. She dated Leo, and then she moved on to settle down with Logan Paul and get pregnant. That's what she did.
Not the path most people would take, but hey, whatever works for
Logan Paul.
But look, it worked out for her.
Yep.
I guess if that's what your values are, if you're that superficial of a person, which I'm guessing they are. I just think the prevailing thought these days about relationships and sex and like all behavior really is do whatever you want as long as it's not harming anyone. And I think that's stupid. Because it doesn't take into account that people make self-destructive decisions. And they should be stopped from doing that if they're making self-destructive decisions.
Well, in the society that you're positing, they would have family and friends that do get them to stop from making those decisions.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem they do.
But I mean, that's the whole principle, right? Is that it's not the government's job or some authority figure's job to tell you that. It's supposed to be the people that you actually give credence to in your life: mom, dad, brother, sisters, high school friends, college friends, dorm mate, anybody. I don't know who, but if you're a model and you're 23 and you want to build out a career for yourself, dating Leo isn't a horrible idea. By the time you're 26, either you've gained a sufficient amount of clout, or maybe you do end up being the one that, gets him to settle down. Either way, you win.
True. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you consider being Leo's used Kleenex for his semen as a W in life.
They do. That's the problem.
That's fine. That's just not, I mean, that's not objectively good for them as people. It's good for their careers. But, that just shows the value system of people in these industries. I saw Daily Mail published a piece just today about Leo and his childless lifestyle. They said, meet childless Leo DiCaprio's chosen brood. Inside Uncle Leo's ultra close bond with best pal Tobey Maguire's kids as he leaves fans swooning by taking his niece on a lavish shopping trip. This is his life. He's Uncle Leo.
Well, I mean, I don't think they would shame neither men nor women for being childless these days. They love that.
I don't even think they said childless as some kind of negative connotation, but they would never put childless as a modifier for a female actress of of his age. I don't think they would ever say that. But this is the value of chosen family, and you don't really need to continue your legacy.
Hollywood loves chosen family.
You never need to settle down.
Stories to tell is the story of chosen family. What? There's something accessible about that. Especially from people in Hollywood. I'm assuming a lot of them who didn't grow up there and perhaps left families with very different value systems and moved out someplace to a location where the people seem to see the world the same way as they do. And so there's something accessible about the idea of chosen family, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should also undervalue actual family. Finding a balance is good.
Well, people have been waiting to see if Leo would do the George Clooney move and eventually settle down from his playboy ways.
Clooney did it, so perhaps Leo can one day too.
He can kind of do that whenever he wants. Whether the marriage will last is another story. You sent me a post about Natalie Portman.
Oh yeah.
And she could possibly be dating a 27-year-old at age 42. Paul Mescal.
Actor.
Thank you. Fellow actor.
Colonel Kurtz posted about this.
Yes, she said this reverse age gap is happening more as modern science allows women to look younger longer. You manosphere types can yap about the wall all you want, but modern science is breaking that wall down brick by brick.
She continues, and before you say but fertility, just realize that science will increasingly extend fertility for women as
fertility?
well. Will extend fertility for women as well. It's a brave new world, and aging isn't what it used to be, and it won't be just for rich people before long.
Yeah, I don't think that you can use science to get women in their 60s pregnant. I just don't see that happening.
I like this.
This is like a religion of science.
Somebody said Portman and Leo are outliers. Ugly people need marriage. Amen.
Is Leo attractive still?
Oh, no.
His bank account is very attractive.
The thing.
They're not like...
he died a twink death.
Here's the thing. Natalie Portman is attractive for 42, and Leonardo DiCaprio is financially very attractive for even for his age.
Yeah.
These days, Natalie is more attractive than a lot of 22-year-olds who are letting themselves go.
Natalie's extremely pretty.
Yeah. So she has more freedom to do what she does.
For the guys, it's the same reason why it's a tale as old as time if you're a man with money. And then suddenly there's a reason why when I talked about that story about the Raiders owner being 70 and his not girlfriend supposedly being pregnant with his child, even though the story was false, there's a reason why people find that believable because he owns a football team. Now, if you take 70-year-old Joe Schmo 32 who's working his days as a greeter at Walmart, it is weird to think of him dating a 26-year-old model.
And you would think there's something wrong with her mentally.
Exactly. There's a reason for that.
I do find it sickening to see people use each other. It's dehumanizing. And you can see that Leo is in relationships with women who are using him, and he's using them. And that's not the way relationships are supposed to work.
It's a sad world.
Can we at least agree on that?
No.
I mean... it seems unfathomable to me that you would be okay with being used or commodified.
I think
instead of having a healthy relationship.
I think a lot of our lives are really just a thin veneer over some very crass reality. And I think that the thin veneer is the story we tell ourselves. And I think that there are
the transactional nature of humanity.
Very more pragmatic and transactional. I think we tell and it's not just with relationships. And it's not women or men. It's both. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's just people. And I think that mostly we tell ourselves a story as opposed to acknowledging the more ugly or unseemly.
Because it's more uncomfortable to.
Yeah, it's unseemly behavior. It's like when you look at just basic survival strategy stuff and it becomes unbecoming. It's not attractive. It doesn't, what works is not what's aspirational all the time, And I think it's better for us to strive for aspirational because what works is going to happen regardless. So the striving for aspirational makes everybody better. It makes society better because what works is going to happen regardless. And you have to focus on striving to drag people out of the baser instincts.
Do you mean that it's there are transactional aspects to all relationships and therefore that is crass? I
think the amount of transactional aspects makes the overall relationship actually transactional. And I think that the aspirational aspects, while there are some, and they are something that we should see as a positive, and we should hold those up as good things. But I think that there are fewer aspirational aspects than there are transactional aspects, and I think that it's more comfortable to think of things in the opposite way. But I think the reality is that it's more transactional, yeah. And I don't think this is a criticism of people or the way that people approach relationships. This isn't saying that people are bad for it. I just think that this is the way that we actually experience the world.
Did you see that thread that was went fairly viral a couple of weeks ago where a guy talked about how he got surgery and his friends didn't check on him, so he cut off contact with all of them?
I did, yeah.
Okay. That, to me, quit whining. People are busy. This is my view of that.
That's what most men were saying.
You see these threads online all the time. You cut off contact with people because it's how many times do you have to check on someone before you wonder why they don't check on you? That's not how the world works.
Yeah.
You can't keep score. It's like when they talk about people with hyperthymesia, like those few people in the world who have hyperthymesia have a tough time having actual human relationships because they remember everything that's ever happened to them. So every slight that's ever been done to you is just sitting there at the forefront of your head.
So there's a really, really, really good idea in this particular context here. You should not treat people less because they don't do more for you. Correct. What you should do is notice when people do good things for you and treat them extra better. Like go the extra mile for people that go the extra mile for you. But don't think that because people's lives are busy and because they didn't do something that you were hoping, that's a slight. People are busy. People live their lives. So instead of harboring animosity towards the people that didn't go the extra mile, the people that did go the extra mile, make sure that you take care to look in on them and reciprocate that kind of attention. So instead of looking for the negative, just look for the positive. Holy cow, I sound really awkwardly positive with that
But
one.
you will live longer and life will be a lot less arduous if you do
Probably
that.
True.
It's
Probably true.
absolutely true.
Well, that's a beautiful bow to put on a conversation about Leonardo DiCaprio dating teenagers.
You know what? You're right.
It's a beautiful little opinionated bow.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.